Riverside FM.
This is the 2400 Block Podcast with Johnny Rods.
All right, thanks everyone for checking out this episode of the 2400 Block Podcast. Glad you guys can join in. He is Ken, hoping to pop up real soon in Cali. I'm Johnny Reeves in Chicago, and for the next hour, well, now less than an hour, we'll talk to the Queen of Destruction herself, Lauren Petrullo, who will be hanging out with us on the pod, and we are very grateful to have her on as our guest today. And I'm going to cut right down to the chase and officially welcoming Lauren to the show. And everyone, let's give her a round of applause. Hey, Lauren, how's it going?
It's going amazing. How are you doing?
All right. Well, we're going to spend the first half of this episode getting to know Lauren, and then my co-host, Cerebral Cornchecks, that's his name, if he shows up, is going to handle the next round of questions afterwards. And right now he's having technical issues, and if he's not going to show up, I'm going to try to hold down the fort for him. Should be a great Q&A segment in both parts. By the way, Lauren, if you don't mind me asking, where are you representing today?
I'm physically in Orlando, Florida, but born and raised in the city of Chicago. I went to Whitney Young, and that's where my heart lives. Chi-Town all day long, but getting Wi-Fi from Orlando.
Cool. You know, I lived in Orlando for 2 years, from 2007 to 2009. It was fun. I miss it.
Oof.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fun stuff around Orlando. I moved here because I took a job with Disney. I did business development and marketing for the Walt Disney Company, and I stayed here because taxes and housing prices were significantly more favorable.
Oh, okay.
Than other cities.
You know, there's one thing we have in common, and you just mentioned it. I too have worked for the mouse, and I was a parking attendant in Disney's Animal Kingdom back in 2009. So, yeah, that was fun while it lasted. All right, so I know Chicago land was your old stomping ground. So you're from the city itself, right? What part, actually, of the city?
I grew up in Edgewater.
Oh, okay.
So Granville Red Line was my stop that I would walk to every day.
Oh, wow. Cool, okay. Have you dropped by there recently, maybe catching up with a family or friends that are still around?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm in Chicago at least once a year.
Oh, nice.
And then because of Florida weather, being summer from January to January, I end up having and hosting probably 10 to 12 people from Chicago every year at our place.
Oh, wow.
So it's like the city comes back. But yeah, no, I mean, I can't escape the city ever. It's where a lot of my friends still reside, but I tend to go for like 24 hours or like 48-hour pop-ups, and I'll tell my friends, hey, I'm here, meet me at this bar, and give them 45-minute notice.
That's nice. You'll forever be linked with Chicago. I'm sure the city misses you too.
I have a huge Chicago flag tattoo on my back, so there's no way.
Nice.
I'm relinquishing that upbringing. Yeah, full disclosure, if anyone is considering a back tattoo, like, go with a friend that doesn't have a crush on you, but also have a mirror the entire time, because when you turn around and find out that it's significantly bigger than you expected to, you'll live with it for the rest of your life.
Oh, no. Hey, at least it shows that you're Chicago proud.
Oh, no, everyone knows. You can be a mile away. It's like the Great Wall of China of tattoos. It's huge.
All right. Here's the really cool part. All right. For the listeners and viewers tuning into today's episode, Lauren, tell us about yourself, ranging from your likes, dislikes, favorite hobbies, foods, movies, travel spots, that sort of thing.
Okay. Well, I'm Lauren, obviously. I am a obnoxious, like, work, like marketing. Okay, fine. I'm a social commerce strategist, blah, 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 blah. But what I really am, or who I really like to introduce myself as to my friends in a non-work setting is I'm a hobby connoisseur. I have this dollar per hour fun ratio where I'm essentially game for anything. If it's less than $5 an hour, I don't ask questions. I will try. And then if it's under $15 an hour, I'll sign up. But you got like a 2-week window to win me over, which has led me to becoming a competitive dragon boater. I am a fencer. I'm unranked, but I fence. I have been learning Chinese, Korean, Spanish, all for under $5 an hour. I pursue a lot of hobbies. I have an improv class that's starting in 2 weeks from now. I feel like I'm back in high school, just signing up for every high school club available. So that's me in a nutshell. I'm very keen on saying dare to be vulgar and refuse to be boring. And I think the easiest way to not be bored is to keep signing up for stuff. Yes, I do Zumba. Yes, I've done belly dancing. No, I'm not good at it, but I still show up.
At least you did it.
Yeah. Other things, I guess, I was born into a really diverse family, obviously from the city of Chicago, hence the propensity to keep studying languages that I don't have necessarily any connection to. But I've always also liked traveling. I've been really fortunate. I actually just got back from Fiji the other day. A couple weeks ago, I was in Italy for a few months, and I get to work from wherever there's Wi-Fi. So have Wi-Fi can work kind of situation. So I'm really keen on exploring new locations. Like my favorite place in the world right now is Taipei in Taiwan. But where I've had the most fun was definitely in the capital of Ghana, because a lot of people thought I was Taylor Swift. So I felt like a celebrity in a homogenous community that was like, yes, blonde, tall, white, Taylor Swift.
That's great. I'm sure you felt honored. I'm sure you make the most out of it.
What's the alternative? Hate it? No way.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, I love doing photography. I love drone flying. I love traveling as well. Whenever I can. I don't really have enough money right now, but I make the most of it out of these 48 contingent states, and I've only been to like maybe 7 or 8 so far.
Well, your drone footage looks awesome. I saw the Chicago footage. I was like, oh, I'm feeling total FOMO vibes. But I will say I have become an expert at frugal traveling. Granted, it may mean that you're traveling for 36 hours and having a bunch of layovers, but you get to seize the layovers as like bonus trips.
Yeah.
Like we had a day in Boston, which was a bonus trip, but I used points and was able to travel 2 people for just over $1,000 to Europe for 2 months. So
wow.
I promise you, I have unfun fact is like I was legally homeless in high school when I was 18 years old. And when I moved to Los Angeles, I transferred. I went to Western Illinois for a little while. I played soccer there. Then I moved to Los Angeles. I didn't have enough money to take the bus and was like applying for jobs and realized real quickly what a Chicago number, like I was like, oh, I felt a confident Chicago 7. And then I was like an LA 2. It's like, okay, getting jobs in restaurants as a hostess was significantly harder. So for the time of applying for jobs, like I didn't have enough money to take the bus. So I would be walking 5+ miles from Beverly Hills in heels, then barefoot after like a mile, because I didn't think the hiring managers would see me home. And so there was this like time of my life where ramen was a luxury meal, and I've like carried over that like frugality into a lot of areas, but especially in travel, because I don't know how I've been able to visit as many places. I mean, I do know how, but it's still incredulous to me at times how I've been able to do it for how little I've had to spend.
Wow. Isn't it amazing just to look back at it and then tell somebody about it?
Yes, at times, but then also some of the situations I would put myself in, I was like, I really did that. Like I slept in an airport for 4.5 hours because I like bid up for a different I was like, there were some things that I would do that I would never do again and question myself, like sleeping behind a baggage claim area. Like, again, there's things that I would do differently now as an older person per se. But I mean, I still love the hostel life. Like I travel a lot for conferences and still find some of the safest and most comfortable places to stay in for less than $30 a night. Whereas like I have peers that are dropping like $1,000 a night for a hotel for the same conference. I was like, but I like this more. Plus, like I'm surrounded by all these like youngins that will do those like sleeping sacrifices at the airport that like I'm less inclined to do now. And I feel like Sarah Jessica Parker in Hocus Pocus, and I'm like, let me suck it all in and embrace it. So I feel like I'm 21 again.
That's cool. Okay, you're the CEO of Mongoose Media, Asian Beauty Essentials, and Shade Matcha, as well as the CMO of Bow and Bell Littles. And what set yours apart from similar competitors in this industry?
Sure. So, well, Mongoose Media is a marketing agency. So we really focus on diverse sources of traffic, and a lot of the things that we do for our clients are like the shiny object syndrome. So a lot of our clients are like, SOS, shiny object syndrome, help. And they have all these like half-built bridges. And we have a team of over 30 individuals, super smart, like A+ sharpshooters in their specific fields of focus. So we've been able to take on a lot of those low-hanging fruit, massive revenue generating projects for clients. I specifically have gotten quite some recognition in the marketing space for work I've done with Facebook ads. Like in my first year, I helped create more than 5 millionaires from the work that I did. And plus I'm a member of the Meta Leaders Network. I was a member of a global innovation community with Meta. I have gotten to testify at Congress with Meta on some things. So a lot of what has set us apart has been the relationships and the connections and just case studies of what we've done from Facebook ads. And then we've expanded to saying, hey, we do so much more than Facebook ads. Check out the rest of our team. And then like, I would just say like my favorite project right now is definitely the Asian Beauty Essentials website. It was actually created out of the pandemic at a time when everyone said like, hey, you know, prevent COVID spreading by washing your hands. And I was in Italy during the pandemic before it like officially hit the US, where I was like, I need to get out of here because it's coming and I don't want to be stuck kind of situation. And then I came to the US and like no one cared for a month. But seeing hospitals get shut down, knowing every single person I knew in Italy lost at least one person close to them, I thought, well, hold on, if the best thing we can do to prevent the spread of this disease is to wash our hands, what do you do for the half of the population that doesn't have access to clean water to wash their hands? So for that, I thought, well, you know what? I've been pretty good at marketing e-commerce brands. I've had a lot of great success. Like we had a client when I launched this who had we had done $1 million in sales for them in 90 days. And they had spent less than $100,000 in ad spend and management. So I thought, oh gosh, this is so easy. I could do this. And then I did. And then I quickly learned how wrong I was of marketing being like one piece of the e-commerce pie. But it's been a really great adventure. I told you earlier, I'd been learning Chinese and Korean. So I got to use that as I brokered different deals with my distributors and my brands. And I get to sell and connect with folks all around the world. We don't sell globally, but we sell in the States. We've had really great discussions in English and Spanish because we're growing the Spanish side of this significantly. Which again, like this is my fun project. What sets us different is like we're trying to be the most inclusive beauty brand, but it's this whole space where I'm like launching all these videos in Spanish. I'm testing all these ideas that keep working and allows us to connect with individuals that can learn that like their skincare can help them see their true beauty without having to cover themselves and smother their skin and ridiculous makeup routines where they're like actually beautiful as they are. It's just that maybe they feel less confidence because of some breakouts and stuff.
Yeah.
So the biggest thing I would say is for the Asian Beauty Essentials, what makes it different is like not only do we care about the inclusivity side of it all, but like we like put our money where our mouth is and like actually invest in making the content as inclusive as we can, including the expansion of Spanish stuff, which has been such a great learning journey and fun element. So I like it. I don't know if everyone likes what they do, but I love it.
Nice. By the way, I'm gonna share for our listeners and viewers out there the Asian Beauty Essentials website.
Yeah.
So let me hover there real quick.
Definitely. And then anyone that wants to, like we have a 20 and then the number is 400 special discount.
Oh yeah.
So anyone that wants to, they'll get 20% off. We don't do that high of a discount anywhere. And I was like, oh, for Chicago, absolutely.
All right. I guess it's the time for me to do the plug here. And for our listeners and viewers checking out this episode featuring the one and only Lauren Petrullo, head over to AsianBeautyEssentials.com and shop around with confidence. Oh, and get this. There's that special promo code that she just mentioned to use for your purchases. Enter TWENTY400 at checkout for 20% off any order. There you go. How's that for a plug?
Boom! And if you don't know which products to buy, there's like 700 of them. We have that skincare quiz, which actually lets you go through and like remove your allergies, lets you choose products based off of like lifestyle and preferences. So if you're pregnant or breastfeeding or all that type of stuff, you can go through the quiz and get like actual recommendations.
That is so cool. I'm actually going through it right now. Okay.
So.
All right, back to the screen here. Okay. Back to you and me. All right, let's continue on this conversation here. We got about 14 more minutes, actually, as I'm looking at the ticker here. Okay, so take us through the day on what it's like being in the world of Lauren Petrullo.
Okay, a day in the life of Lauren. Well, normally I try to wake up at 4 a.m. Because I have read a few books that are like, oh, the earlier you wake up, the more successful you are. I'm like, okay, early to bed, early to rise. So I try to wake up around 4 a.m. Embarrassing stuff, I'll admit to you guys all. The first 15 minutes I'm on my phone, right? I'm working, I'm checking. We have teams all around the globe. We're in we're in 5 continents, 12 different countries. So just following up on some stuff that happened overnight, and then I'll head downstairs, make myself a cup of matcha. And oh God, I can't believe I'm saying this out loud. I will put on YouTube for 15 minutes. I use the Forest app and I'll plant a tree for 15 minutes. It's a really good like timer and accountability free app that when you plant a tree, it will go to points to actually planting real trees in the world. So I'll put a 15-minute timer on, open up YouTube. Shoot, I'm so embarrassed that I'm saying this out loud, but it's fine. I'll dance to a K-pop mirrored music video for like 15 minutes. So I like break a little sweat. I call it my like morning glisten. I told you earlier that I take Zumba and belly dancing classes and I'm terrible. I'm worse at these like K-pop routines, but they're just so much fun to dance to. And I don't really listen to K-pop. That's not my preferred genre of choice. Like my top music is like 90s rap and Baroque classical music. It's totally the opposite genre. But so I'll do that like 15-minute little dance or whatever. And then I'll read a book or listen to a book for 15 minutes and then take my dog on a really great walk. Where I live in downtown Orlando, we've got some awesome parks nearby. So I try really hard to make sure I have at least 2 hours to myself every morning before the world wakes up, before stuff needs my assistance. So yeah, my morning starts out like that. And then I sit down, start working. I open up ClickUp and Gather. Oh my gosh. If you have a virtual team, Gather.town is the best virtual office ever because I'll log in. I'll see everyone at their virtual desk. Everyone customizes their desk the way you customize your cubicles. And then within 15 minutes of work, my husband comes down and brings me a plate of like cookies and nuts. Like I have some that I didn't.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. And then I usually wrap up work around like 3:00 p.m. Eastern, and we'll then head over to an activity, whether it's like a Chinese language class online. I'll go to Zumba or yoga at my gym, walk to Boba with my friends, fencing on Wednesdays, things of that nature. But that's a normal routine, probably with like 10 missed calls from my mom in between.
Wow, your day sounds so much fun compared to me driving at 3:45 p.m. in 34 minutes of traffic on I-290 heading back to the western suburbs.
Well, look, sometimes I hit traffic on my stairs, right? Like my office is on the first floor. I sleep on the 3rd floor. Oh. Sometimes it's a little bit of a traffic jam because my dog doesn't want to move out of the way.
Oh. By the way, have you frequent Lake Yola over there in Orlando? It's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
It's
beautiful. I walk it at least once a week because it's a 20-minute walk from my house. It's so
nice.
Want to hear a fun, ridiculous story about Lake Yola?
Sure.
We're gonna say that it was a friend. I'm speaking about a story for a friend, right? I'm not necessarily sure if you're allowed to. someone I know was going through a really rough time. And so a friend offered to help add some fun and entertainment to the day and rented some swan boats. And they together went like pedaling around Lake Eola, which, by the way, is not like a real lake. It's a man-made lake, aka it's runoff water and sewage. And because there's a whole host of swans, it's also just like a toilet for all of these swans. Like, I'm telling you this to like let you really know how disgusting the story is. But in their moment of need, a smile was required. So this friend volunteered to go swimming in Lake Eola with them in less than appropriate attire. Meanwhile, a music video was being shot on the lake. So out there in the world is somewhere with this friend swimming in a sewage landfill of water for Lake Eola. So every time I walk there, I'm like, oh, this friend made suspect choices in life. And it's documented in some music video.
All right. Okay, next question. Being it that you're a Chicago transplant, do you occasionally drop by a Portillo's or Giordano's over there in Orlando?
Okay, I worked at Giordano's for a year.
Oh, yeah.
In 2009. So when you were at Animal Kingdom, I was in Giordano's. I've gone there a few times. It's not the same level.
I heard that from a lot of people.
But it's the same owners. It's like they were always in Florida, so they opened one. Florida, I mean, especially Orlando, it's just franchise capital. I've been to Portillo's once. I have friends that moved to Margaritaville. They're from the suburbs. They love it. I've never identified Portillo's as Chicago. Sorry, it was like a suburbs thing for me.
No, it's okay.
But, you know, like every other chain, they exist here in Orlando. It's like Vegas, but for families.
Oh, cool. All right. Okay, you got a nickname, the Queen of Destruction. How did that come about?
Because I'm not nice when I let people know that their babies are ugly. And by babies, I mean their marketing campaigns, their websites. Like, I will just like destroy someone's ego and be like, why did you make the decisions that you do? But that's backed behind like case studies and conversion rate optimization and just SEO facts. Like, hey, you're missing all of these components, which is deranking your website on Google, and you're in violation of X, Y, and Z. So the destruction side came from the truth hurts. You just destroyed my sense of self. But I'm like, it's okay. Now you know what you need to do to fix it. And look at that. You've made $600,000 since we last spoke. You are welcome.
All right, this one is from Ken. Ken is not here. He's having technical issues again, as I've noted. So this is what he wanted to ask you. What is your passion if you had to nail down one thing?
My passion, if I had to nail down one thing, I mean, so there's three. One, if you really know me, or if you're like, hey, I want free work from Lauren, there's three categories that we can talk about always. It's disabled vets, foster youth, and then clean water access. So in that passion, I mean, one day I hope that it's universally held that clean water is a right. And I'm hyper passionate about it. There's water rights in the US that change based off if you're west or east of the Mississippi. So I could get really, really deep into it. I mean, even in the US, like what happened with Flint, Michigan was just absurd. Yeah. And it's like still not fully resolved. So I get like obnoxiously passionate about that. Otherwise, in a non-serious side, mac and cheese. It's my favorite food.
Oh, nice.
I'm very, very particular about like quality rankings of mac and cheese, and that's me.
Cool. Ken, if you're listening, if you're watching, I'm gonna try to cut down your question. I'm sorry, dude. We're gonna have to do this next time, buddy. But I'm gonna go straight forward to the next level. All right. Next level here is the rapid fire lightning round questions. That's the kicker. All right. So you're gonna try to answer this in like 5 seconds or less. Since we only got like 6 minutes left, we're going straight forward to the lightning round questions. Favorite food?
Mac and cheese.
Okay. Favorite music?
Rap.
Favorite dessert?
All. Ice cream.
Favorite season?
Favorite season? I'll default to winter. It's my birthday.
Cool. Jeff
But winter in
Bezos.
Florida, to be clear, not Chicago winter. That's not a season. That's hell, frozen over.
Yeah, it is. Hopefully I'll get out of it one day. Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk?
Musk.
Italy or Paris?
Italy.
Skateboarding or surfing?
Surfing.
Summer or fall?
I mean, Florida's just one season, summer. So. But I've got cute boots all day.
Oh, nice. Cool.
It's a non-answer, but...
All right, Ken, that's it for your lightning round questions. Here's mine. So we're on to the next level again.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm ready.
Best movie to see this weekend, Barbie or Oppenheimer?
Barbie.
Cool.
Look at my glasses.
Yeah, love it. Love the colors. All right, best Disney park, Disneyland or Disney World?
World. Oh, I'll fight you if anyone says otherwise. Let's go.
Name a title of a K-drama TV show.
One, it's okay not to be okay.
Nice. Big dogs or small dogs?
Big. I really want a Saint Bernard, but I have a medium-sized Pomsky right now. But big.
Okay. Coffee or energy
Gotta
drink?
match my ego.
Oh,
right?
yeah?
So, coffee or energy drink? I don't consume caffeine.
Oh.
The only caffeine I ever have is in my matcha.
Uh-huh.
But like even then, it's very watered down because this is me on 4 hours of sleep. Can you imagine?
Wow, really?
Yeah, like 4 hours of sleep for like 6 days in a row.
Wow, you're a human dynamo. All right, name an actor that can play you in a movie.
It's who can play me?
Yeah.
Gosh, I guess like Jennifer Lawrence, I think is the one that looks the closest. But like, if I wanted, it'd be Zendaya.
Got you. Nickname you were given in your high school day. You remember any nicknames during your high school day?
Susie.
Susie.
People thought I looked like Cindy Lou Who from The Grinch, but they thought her name was Susie Lou Who, and so everyone called me Susie on the field.
Oh.
My Facebook, no one knew my name was Lauren. They all thought I was Susie. If I made new friends on Facebook, it was a thing.
Oh. All right. Red wine or white wine?
I don't drink alcohol, but I used to like white.
Okay. Best place you traveled?
Taipei.
Type of polygon?
Type of polygon? Like octagon?
There you go. Good guess.
It's a stop sign. I'll just give you a thing, like fun fact about stop signs. The reason that it's 8 sides is because a circle is infinite sides, and the more sides that a road sign has indicates the higher priority of danger and importance to that sign. That's why a stop sign has 8, because it's the most before getting to a circle. Anyways.
Cool. All right.
I thought you were going to say like Pokemon when you said polygon. I was like, wait.
But I'm glad you got that, though. You at least said one of those oddgons, whatever those gons. Corn tortilla or flour tortilla?
Flour.
Good choice. All right, here we go. Chicago Bulls?
Yes. No
or
answer.
Orlando
Don't even
Magic?
ask.
It's the Bulls. Come on. End of discussion.
I'm so sorry. But like, no questions asked.
I actually watched the Orlando Magic against the Chicago Bulls over there in Orlando when I was there. Yeah.
Amway is, I will say, a better stadium than United Center, full disclosure. But I mean,
yeah. Okay. Wow. 2 more minutes left. Sing a lyric you know by memory.
oh my gosh. Let's get down to business to defeat the Huns.
And the acronym for deoxyribonucleic acid.
Deoxyribonucleic
Deoxyribonucleic acid.
F my life, FML. I don't know. I have no idea what that acronym is.
DNA. Very. Yeah, you know, you would have guessed it in a minute or two, but because we have time constraints here.
Sure.
And the last one, a talent you're really good at.
I mean, a talent I'm really good at. This is PG talent that I'm really good at. I can predict movie endings and TV show endings and spoil it for everyone else involved. Like 15 minutes in, I'm like, I know how this is going to end. And what often is that it's either my ending is better than what it was or spot on.
Well, we have reached the inevitable conclusion of this show, and hopefully we'll have you back on. Again, sorry about what happened, technical difficulties that just came.
Internet gremlins.
Yeah.
Internet gremlins.
Yeah. So we'll definitely have you back on, and again, not too long, hopefully, in the times to come. By the way, shout out there to your ride or die, Claire.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I promised I was going to give her a shout out before the show ended. But folks, thank you for listening to another episode of the 2400 Block featuring Lauren Petrullo. Let's give her a round of applause once again. Yep. So yeah. We'll have her on again next time. Folks, don't forget that promo code, all right? TWENTY400 over there in that website. I'll put it on the bottom. So you guys take care. And Lauren, we'll see you again sometime soon. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye now.
Ciao.
All right.